Merry Christmas from small groups.
So what are some of your favorite memories from small groups this year?
So my favorite memory is when I first joined, I was really skeptical about joining a small group. I wasn't sure. I was like, well, my faith isn't really at the same level of everybody else. And so we joined, and the first day we talked about our kids throwing tantrums in Meyer. And I never felt more heard or felt.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty real. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that we can share all of the glorious moments and the awful moments, and then we get to relate to each other and then bring it back to our faith. And I just think it's really cool to do that with other people that are our age and in the same demographics. And,
yes. We all have so much in common. Little kids, big kids. They all like to do a lot of the same thing. Camping was so much fun this year.
Yes.
Getting the kids
Camping
together
was a blast.
Yes, for sure.
My kids still talk about it. They're like, when are we going to go back to Adventure Bound? Are we going back to Adventure Bound? Are we going to go camping again?
When it's warmer, guys.
I'm like, not right now, we're not.
I know, it's always nice to see everyone come together and the big kids take over the little kids, and the little kids, get to play with the big kids, and they just get to learn the role models, and as adults get to, be with each other in community, and you don't feel alone. You have that village, and it's like Katie was saying, oh, they have tantrums too in Meyer. It's okay, and it just makes you feel like part of something.
Mm-hmm. I think one of my favorite memories from camping is when Lexi brought out the Fireflies game. And the kids hid all those fireflies all over the campsites, and were just chasing them all over. And I think that was, I don't remember if it was the day after our potluck, but potluck was really awesome too, just all coming together as one big giant chaotic community and eating, and it was fun, super fun. So
I think some of my favorite memories, although I love getting together with all of our couples and kids, but I think the ladies' nights have been
absolutely
really
Yes.
fun.
Agreed.
I think one of the best memories was actually at your house, Megan, where I had never seen the game Heads Up played before, and she brought it out, and we were all playing, and I think we just got to see you on a completely different level. Where
I think we were all tumbling on the floor and acting things out.
I'm pretty sure a foot made it to my nose at one
I
point.
don't know, okay? Get a little competitive.
so for those that don't know, it is charades.
It's charades.
basically.
It is.
Charades, yes, yes.
There's some
For
alligator.
kids, it's a kid game, and we were.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun. I can't believe that we probably shoved about 20 women into my living room. That was, at least
so
maybe it
worth
felt
it.
like it was like
was.
sardines.
Yeah.
Okay, sit on top of each other
Yes.
so we can.
But we still made the most of it, and it
We
was
did.
fun.
It was a blast. It was
Absolutely.
so fun.
Or charcuterie board night. I was very
That
impressed.
was so
That was
fun.
fun.
Everybody did so
That
good.
was so fun.
everyone bringing a different board, a different charcuterie board, and I think we didn't have any of the same. I think everybody
didn't.
brought
Yeah.
just a different, whether it was a veggie one or a
There was a
I-
candy
I-
one?
I running late from work, so we brought a pizza board.
yeah,
But little
But it
scissors.
was
It was on a cutting board. It made it on a board.
Super fun. Yes.
Or the plates board. The plates and bowls and silverware.
Yes.
That was
yes,
helpful.
That was helpful.
Yeah. Practical.
The guys have a guys' night. I think they went to not AJ's, but some sort of fun center and did bowling.
Yeah, I think it was
bowling.
BAM in Holland.
Okay, yes.
And they got to do
laser tag.
laser tag
laser
and
tag.
stuff, and they also have their fun nights, and I know.
But the
Zach,
women's nights are
yeah,
funner.
I know women's
for
nights.
sure.
Are,
Yeah.
I mean, we do close down restaurants.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
close
Ellis
down
Tuck is
restaurants.
okay.
Just keep the chips and salsa coming.
Yeah,
That's right.
great. No.
Absolutely.
I know that when, Zach and I talk about it, it's great that we get together for group and we have, we get to talk with all the couples, but he really values that guys' night too. It's kind of like having that community of everyone, but having that sense of friendship and outside of that.
Yeah, and I think that it sparks a bunch of conversations between Michael and I. We go home and we talk in depth about what we learned at our study. So the last one was intentional parenting. So then we bring it home, and there was one thing that was said this last time, I think you said it, and it was just encouraging our kids in a different type of way. And so we found ourselves doing that during the week, and we would just like look at each other like, we did it, good job.
Yes.
And so just like bringing like all of what we're learning home too. It's not just on a Sunday when we meet. It's like every single day, trying to parent our kids the best we can without those tantrums in my ear.
Yes. Yeah. Or you think like something happens and you think of that situation that one of you guys were talking about before in Bible study, and you're like, wait a second, like they dealt with it this way, so let's try and see how that works.
Yeah.
It's just so helpful to have that, so you're not trying to look up online like how to figure out how to handle this, or trying to order 10 books that you can't read because you're too busy. So yeah, it's just good to have that.
And it helps that like the age range of our kids is similar but so different, and every kid is so different. So we have different input, different viewpoints on things, and so it's good for our kids to learn from other people's kids and for us to take advice from other people, and just they're all so different. I
even think having different parental role models too. Like they're like, oh, I know these parents from church because they're in your small group, and they know that like if I'm saying you can't do something, probably the other parents are in agreement with that. Like, sorry, you can't do that, you know, or
hey, Jack's not listening. Hey, can one of you tell him like help?
Right?
And he'll listen, you know. So.
Yeah. Our group this year did the study on Galatians, and what was really cool about that is we got to actually open the Bible together and like dig deep in like areas that were like, we don't know what this means. We like all on our phones, like, you know, the Blue Bible app, looking it up, or is that what it's called? Oh, I don't remember. Or Dr. Google.
Yeah.
Dr. Google,
one of our faves. We go
Pastor
to
Google.
Yeah, Pastor Google. Pastor Google tells us stuff. But it was just really cool to like be able to be like, what do you think of this? I don't understand what this verse means, and it keeps you accountable, because then you're like,
Oh, absolutely.
hey, did you do your Bible study? We got to finish that. So.
I think the beauty of specifically being in a small group, I think, is just the authenticity of our relationships that we've built with one another. We have so many of us are different walks of life, and just the collective wisdom and the diversity of our group. It's so nice to be able to have these deeper friendships with one another, to where we can share our successes and all of the joys in our life, but we can also share, you know, some of the vulnerabilities and the failures that we go through in our marriages and in our families. And it's really a beautiful thing to have this group of people that we can get together, and it's not just passing each other on a Sunday morning, but it's so much more than that. And just, again, like being role models in our children's lives, and it has meant so much to our family this year.
Absolutely.
And to know that you have a group of people that if you ever needed anything, then you can just call up on anybody, and they'd all show up at your doorstep with whatever you needed, whenever you needed it.
Yes. One of the biggest things, one of the biggest things I like is being in the group, you don't feel judged.
Yeah.
You feel like you can just open up and say whatever you need to say. You know people are going to pray for you.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things, I think, that besides loving all you guys. It's just very, very helpful.
And being known, too. I feel like being known is a huge piece of it. And not just being just a face anymore at church. I feel like it was just like a face, like, hi, oh, that's where she sits every week. But
right
on the front.
yeah, I know I have to sit in the front, otherwise I get distracted. But yeah, just knowing like, and you're not just gonna walk in, go to church, worship, and leave, and walk back in and go to church and worship and leave, and I'm gonna linger and know people.
We're the group who's there last now.
We are. And it's super nice. I'm like, you know, we might not talk every day or connect, but it's like on Sunday you have that person, hey, how's it going in your life? And it's like, sometimes it's the good things and bad things, but you know someone's always there ready for you, you know, to help you, to give you a hug. I don't know how many Nina hugs I get on Sunday mornings.
I love
and it
Nina
just
hugs.
makes
really
me
good
smile knowing that I'm going to see Nina and just get a hug, or, you know, see Megan and be like, hey, how's it going? You know, just having those people there.
And little messages too. I've gotten little messages like, hey, checking in on you, making sure you're okay. I am okay.
Good thing this is a text message. It's like you don't see each other a lot, right? Because we're all busy. And when we do see each other, you can just tell when something's off. And I think I've sent you messages before too, like, hey, you just seem different this morning. I just want to make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. Just busy with life. Yeah, okay.
And I think that's also helpful. Like, we all have kids. We all know that we're busy, and there's no judgment of canceled plans, missed messages that go days without responding, because we're all there. We're all living it, and it's just super relaxing knowing that our friendships are still strong and they're always there. But if you can't put the work in it this week, it's okay, because they know.
Right.
Merry Christmas!